What's up, guys? I would have gone live right when this tournament first started, which was at 1 p.m. So I started about 23 minutes ago. But my computer, just being sometimes funny as computers do, decided to update right when the tournament was starting. So I was trying to get out of it. I literally watched. I had to auto fold King Ace suited of spades, Ace Queen offsuit, and a pair of eights in the time that it took. Now they weren't; those weren't all hands I got in a row, but I was just so pissed. Like I got lucky on the river. Oh, I'll remember to watch him for that. River Monkey. There we go, pair of eights. If you can't see the screen very well, I'm trying to get it to where it's not letting me go full screen right now, and I don't really know why that is. My computer's being stupid. I'm in the road to try to get a new one soon, so I'll tell you what's going on. I mean, the blinds are 20-40. I got a pair of eights, so of course I'm staying in. Someone raised, yeah, I'll stay for another 40. I'm not going to go anywhere with that. Typically, when I play, I actually was supposed to go to a tournament today. That's a shitty flop for me. I was actually going to go today down to the Naples Poker Room and do a live tournament, but the problem was I'm going to go ahead and bet half the pot because I have it paired, and two guys have checked me already. So I'm assuming they don't have a king. He may have a 9. I doubt he has a king, or he would have raised before I did. So hopefully he has a 3, or he's maybe got a straight draw like a 10 and a jack or something. If an 8 comes up, I'll be very happy. 7. That could be worse. There's worse cards that could come up, and he checked me again. So I'm going to raise him again. I've got 1,300 left. I hope he doesn't have a king. He's calling me awfully fast. But there's what I didn't want to see was a 10. If he checks, I'm going to check just because I don't know if he has a king, and I don't have enough chips to be bluffing him right now with just a pair of 8s. Yep, see, that's why I did that. So, typically, like I said, I was going to go play in person, but my wife asked me to pick up our daughter from daycare today. So, on those, I can't drive the hour to Naples for a 12 o'clock tournament and be back in time to get her. So, as much as I would like to go in and play that one, I would have gone. Next time I do that, I'll go live in the car, just to show you guys that I'm on the way, and I'll go live on the breaks. They do a 5-minute break every hour there. So, and it's fun to play. I like playing down there. And the buy-in today was only $75, so it wasn't an expensive buy-in. I did play in the Club WPT. I played in a $150 rebuy deep stack a month and a half ago. I will say this: I'll never do a rebuy again because I was knocking people out and literally having to sit there and watch these people just go sit at another table because they rebought back in 2 to 3 times. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do a rebuy anymore because there's a queen for me, because I want to play in a tournament where I don't have to sit there and say, okay, I'm going to bring $500 because I'm going to get knocked out every time. So that's not the way I like to play. So I'm going to do another tournament next month in March that's not a rebuy, where I can play it just like I would here and go through. Like, for instance, I lost on that hand, the pair of 8s. I lost not a lot of chips, but enough. The whole thing is you just don't want to go tilt on that, which typically I don't. I'm normally pretty good about keeping my head about me. Right now I have a pair of queens with a 10 kicker. As long as someone else doesn't have like an ace queen or jack queen or king queen, I'm good. And he folded. So, and the one thing I'll tell you, I never show my cards, especially online. In person, it depends. I mean, I'm not staying with that. I've showed people in person before, but I typically don't unless it's like, trying to think of a way I did it. I had one guy where we were just going back and forth, and the river came, and I raised him, I think, 5,000, and he's like, "Do you have it?" And I said, "I've been raising you every time from pre-flop all the way to now. I don't think I would do that unless I had something." And he goes, "Will you show me one card?" And because I knew I had him beat, and I wasn't nervous about it, I said, "Yeah, you can pick which one you want to see." And he folded, and he picked one. He turned it over, and it was an ace, and on the board was 2 aces. And so he was like, "Oh shit, okay." So for me in person, it depends on who the player is, and it depends on how much action I'm getting. On that one, I hadn't shown anything yet, and we've been playing for like 2 hours. So I wanted them to let them know, hey, look, I had at least trip aces, possibly a full house, because if I'm bluffing, I don't want them to. I want them to see, like, if I turned over, like, let's say a 2 and there was nothing up there, like, fuck, well, I'm gonna call them every time. I don't want them calling me every time. I want them thinking that I'm playing most hands when I have something. That's the way I like to play. Like this hand at 10-6, no, I would never play a 10-6 offsuit, but because I'm the blind, I'm a big blind, I have no choice. So I'm in it for that. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and a 10-6 will come up, but see, like that, no. Typically, nothing comes up from that. Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's not even worth staying because I don't even have anything decent for a straight draw. I don't even have a straight draw. So, it just depends how I'm playing, what's going on like that. Online playing obviously is. I think it can be more difficult because I can't get a read on these guys. Like the only read I can get is based on their betting style and if it goes all the way down to showdown. Otherwise, like I had to assume Wonderstar is either bluffing or he's got a 9 with a high kicker. That's gonna be my assumption. Carolina man, because he folded, I guarantee you he was on a straight draw. He probably had an ace-2 or ace-4, something like that. And you're not gonna stay with that kind of a straight draw when they raise you that much. And 4 king suited, that's not bad. I don't mind having the 4 king of spades. The blinds are low enough to where I'll still stay in. Right now, there's 306 people left. It started with 401, so it's going through it pretty quick. A lot of the fish get out pretty early, the ones that sit there and go all in with shit hands, pardon my language. But after this, I'll probably go live with another cross-stitch video. No one's been commenting on the videos yet. So no one's telling me what they want to see, whether they like to see the writing or whether they like to see, you know, the poker or the cross stitch. I've got people viewing stuff, but I haven't had anybody say anything yet. So until people say things, I'm going to just keep rotating them. Last night I was going to do a tournament at 11. It was a, first place prize was 150. But the problem was my daughter, we think she's having nightmares and stuff at night now. She's only 16 months, but she keeps waking up, and when she wakes up, she's like inconsolable. So I have to go in there and get her. And so I was doing tournaments at night at that time, but now that she's been going through this phase where she's waking up with nightmares and not calming down unless I go and get her, I don't do them because then I end up folding a ton of hands and the blinds go up and I end up losing most of my chips, and I hate that. So that's why I'm sitting here doing this one. And as you can see, there's only certain hands I'll ever play. I'll play suited connectors. I'll play face cards, of course, pairs. Like this one's 7-6 offsuit. No, like I don't unless I have the chip lead. I don't play those either. I only play the ones where it's I'm playing mostly premium hands. Unless I'm in a blind. If I'm in a blind and I get a hand like that, well then yeah, I'm gonna defend my blind. But if I have a shit hand in the big blind and someone raises me, I depends on what. See, that's why I don't stay. It depends on how much of a raise it is. Like if the blinds are, let's say, 150 and 300 and someone raises me 6, I might stay in the big blind just to defend it. But a little blind, probably not. It just depends. It all depends. Like right now, I'm down to 975. I don't like being that low, but as long as you have chips, you can still come back. All you gotta do is double up. So I just need one good hand, and I know some of these guys are gonna call me. Wonderstar probably will because he's gonna want to knock somebody out. He's the chip leader here. So someone's got an ace, and I think someone might have a king. I know the ones who are calling. One of them's got to have an ace. There could be a straight out there, possible for full house. No flush at least. 60's a low bet, but he was see that he's probably got an ace, a king. Someone's got a king or a straight. You wouldn't be betting that high without it. Yep, he's got. Oh, they both had a king, but that sucks when you guys split the pot because they both had low kickers. Pair of threes. That's not necessarily a good hand. I'm gonna raise it only because I don't want people to stay in with me. See, but that's the thing. I've only got 975 left, so it just depends on what everybody does. Yeah, so I'm gonna raise it to 3, and hope some of these hope someone folds. Like yeah, so he might fold. I don't mind picking up blinds. He's probably not going to because he called the 100, but I at least doubled his buy-in. So he might fold if he has like a so-so hand, like that king 3 was a so-so, or king 8 was a so-so hand offsuit. It's not worth if someone raises. All right, so the good thing, the reason it happened, so I had a pair of threes. not a strong hand when the flop comes up. If I have a pair that's not a high pair, I'm gonna raise it pre-flop every time because I don't want them. I don't want them catching a card on the flop or turn or any of that stuff. So thankfully, he's gone into a hand with me and seen what I've had. Before you guys went in, I went to a hand with him and I had my chips up to 2,500 before right before I came in. And so he knows that if I'm raising pre-flop, that I'm not, you know, messing around. No, I pushed all in on him. Yeah. Most people, if you call pre-flop, you're not going to stay in with an all-in raise unless you're slow playing it. And that's a hell of a slow play if you go from just calling to, or if you go from just putting in the blinds to going all in. That's a pretty big. Now 8-3 suited, they're low and they're not connectors. Yeah, not enough. It's not enough for me to stay in above the blinds. If it was a higher connectors, I would have. But he's just trying to. He's right before the big blind. He's just trying to buy the blinds, and he did. That works sometimes. You got to be careful though, because sometimes you don't know what they have in those small blinds. Like I've been dealt ace king before on a small blind or a big blind, and people will be like, "Oh shit, yeah, I'm gonna raise and collect the blinds." But no, you're not, because I'm gonna make sure I call you. See that's why most of the time, no, you can see my hand, 2-3 offsuit. Most of the call when I fold bad hands like that, sometimes I would say like maybe 8 to 11% of the time, I'll fold a hand like that and I'll regret it. Go, oh man, I should have played that. But if you think about the percentage that those hands hit, is so low that if you were to play those type of hands, you'll never make it to a final table. You can't play every hand because you're going to lose it through the blinds. You're going to lose it through, and then let's say that you call and someone raises you and you're like, well, I'm not going to stay. You just wasted a blind. So it's not worth it to do that. On poker, winning wise, I've done really well for myself. I've gotten first a couple times online. Like last month, I think I walked away with 195 online from this site. This month hasn't been as much because, like I said, my daughter's been waking up. So I think this month I'm like at 45, something like that. I'm going to go to another site soon because WPT in Florida does not let you play on here. In March, there's like 3 months out of the year. Oh, eights again. That's a sign. It doesn't let you play on here a few times out of the year. So I'm going to have to go on to another site and play next month. I think the other site will let me go full screen, and it's got like 5 and 10 cent hands. They more play based on what do you call it? The money that you put in. This one, like you pay a fee. All right, I'm definitely raising. This one, you pay a monthly membership fee, and you get access to every tournament they do. I hope he calls me because I doubt he's got a 4-3 or a 4-7. The chances of that are slim to none. I'm going to put him on 2 face cards, not a pair. He's thinking too long about it. All right, so I think he's trying to bluff me, so I'm going to call it. If I'm wrong, then we'll talk about poker for a bit and we'll go in. All right, I was wrong. He's got 10s, I got 8s, so I need an 8 to come up. Come on, give me an 8. Nope, he catches trips on the river. So that happens. I mean, it is what it is. So that's not typical. I'm not happy about that. Oh, shit. I'm not happy about that finish. I typically do top 20, but I just read him wrong. That's all. So if you look here, these are all the tournaments they've got going on today, or this next hour that I can sign into. So I typically try to play every day if I can. So I'll probably go live again tomorrow. I have to work, so we'll see. My goal would be, I would love to get to where I'm just doing poker full time, but I have to get to my winnings to a point where I can do that. So, what time? Let's see what the next tournament is. The next tournament's a satellite to a. See, I would do that satellite, but I think it kicks me out in March. So if I do that satellite and I get top 10, it doesn't even benefit me because I can't even play in the next one. Um, I'll try to go live again with another tournament later. Um, like I said, the more I get people in here to watch, the more likely I am to keep going live. So hopefully you guys have a good day. And like I said, like, follow, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see, and I will do it. You know, if you want me to do book stuff, we'll do book stuff. You just let me know what you want to see, and that's what we'll do. All right? Have a good day, everybody.